Great. Welcome. This is yoga. So we are going to start today just on our backs with your knees into your chest. Make yourself into a tight little ball and just ground your energy for a moment. Feeling into your breath. Start circling your ankles, just one direction. Feeling into that breath. And circle the other way. Good. And now start bringing the soles of your feet together. Using your elbows to stretch out through your inner thighs. Breathe. Good. One more deep breath in. And on your exhalation, wrap your peace sign fingers around your big toe and then start rocking back and up until you can balance and try to just balance. Hold your balancing. You might have to take a few rocks back and forth. Good. Balance, hold 5 breaths. One more deep breath in. And on your exhalation, slowly bring the soles of your feet back together. And we're going to come back into a Supta Baddha Konasana, just like when we were on our back. But now we're seated and we can get a little bit deeper, rocking back and forth. So you bring your hips close up toward those heels. And then when you feel like you can't go up any higher, just stay there and butterfly out your legs. Move your head side to side, lengthen through the spine. Try to just start working out any kinks that you're feeling. Breathe. Good. And then start bringing your legs all the way up by your elbows. And then use those elbows to press down. You're gonna take a few of these together and apart. Contracting, just opposite motions with your legs and your arms. Contracting and lengthening. Up and down. Good. Another 3. Move your head along the way if it feels good. 2. And then the next time that you're down here, stay down. Use those elbows to really get deep into the inner thighs. Again, you could move that head side to side if it feels good, or just stay with a neutral spine. Good. Go about 2 more each way if you are moving your head side to side. And then come back to center. Slowly round up through your spine. We're going to shift our weight over to the left side. Put your forearm onto the ground. Take your right ankle. You could use a strap if you need to. And then just start going up and back. Up and back. Good. Take a few more of these, and then we're going to stay with that leg behind us. And about 2. And the next time that leg goes back there, keep it there. See if you can make sure that meaty part of your knee is onto the ground, and then just start shifting your weight toward the ground in front of you. Breathe into this. We're going to stay here about 5 deep breaths, and then we're going to try to take it a little bit deeper. All right, if you're feeling really good, just stay here, or if you want to take it a little bit deeper, try to shift even more of your weight onto that leg behind you and see if you can bind. Holding onto your foot with either one or both of your hands. Breathe. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And now we're gonna release this leg behind us and we're gonna come into a full pigeon. So let that leg go long behind you. Start shifting your left leg even more up in front of you and take that right leg back over to the left side. As much as comfortable for you. Relax the foot. And we're gonna inhale, look up, exhale, bend down. We're gonna just take a few of these, moving with the breath. Inhaling up, exhaling, bowing down. Good, and then wherever it feels good for you, if you wanna stay in a high pigeon, or you can come into a low pigeon. We're gonna take about 10 deep breaths here. So take your time if you wanna be in the high pigeon for a little bit, and then slowly come into the low pigeon, or if you wanna go right into low pigeon. Try to aim that forehead down to the ground and just relax your back, relax your low back into this. Feel into your breath. Feel the gravity of the earth. Feel the expansiveness of the universe. Breathe. And then slowly start walking your hands over to one side, whatever side you want. And then just press down. Breathe here, 5 deep breaths here. Just walk it over to one side and stretch it out. And whenever you're ready, just go to that other side. Five more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, walk it back to center, shift your weight back onto your seat, and we're gonna come back into that Supta Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose, with those soles of your feet together. Interlace your fingers around your toes, wiggle so you come up close as you can toward those heels, and we're going back into the butterfly legs, moving your neck around, and we're just gonna do the same thing for the other side. So maybe feel how one side of your body feels a little bit different now that we've stretched out one side a little bit more. And then when you're ready, bring the legs up by your elbows and then press down. Doing a few of these motions, up and down, using equally the arm and leg muscles to get deep into your stretch. Good. And the next time that your elbows are pressing your legs down, stay here, and with that option to move your head side to side. Good, and coming back to a neutral spine, slowly start coming up, and we're gonna shift this weight over to the right side, the other side. Take that top leg, start going up and back. Gonna get a little bit more space on the mat. Up and back. This is a good time to really think about where you might be feeling some resistance and tension. And this dynamic movement is gonna help really warm up those joints, the tendons, the ligaments, the muscles, to help get you a little bit deeper into your stretch. Good, and then whenever you're ready, you can just keep your leg back there and then just start shifting, looking down. You know what we're doing this time because we did it on the other side. So think about putting that meaty part of your knee a little bit more onto the ground. We're gonna take 3 more deep breaths and then we're gonna try to take that stretch a little bit deeper. All right, now if you feel good, stay here. Or if you wanna take it a little bit deeper, try to really put that meaty part of your leg onto the mat. And then either one or both of your hands holding onto your foot. Adjust yourself as needed. Maybe bring this front leg out a little bit more toward your hip. And 5 more deep breaths. All right, if you feel good, you can stay here or start coming into your pigeon. Releasing that leg, bring your top leg up in front. Find a nice long leg behind you. Make sure it's at your midline or a little bit over toward the opposite side. And then with your hands under your shoulders, coming into high and then low pigeon. Up and down. This is another good dynamic movement. You feel where you might feel some tension, some resistance. Yeah. You can wear either one. Probably maybe long. Okay. Just a few more, and then we'll have the option to just stay and hold whatever feels good. And then whenever you're ready, you can find your resting pigeon pose, whether it's a high or low. Try to, if you are coming into that low pigeon, try to press your forehead onto a surface. Just surrender into this, breathe into it. 2 more deep breaths here, and then we're gonna have the option to walk it over to one side. All right, if you feel good, stay where you're at, or walk over to one side. Just tiptoe those hands over one way. Relax and breathe, 5 breaths. And then all the way over to the other side if that's available for you. And breathe. 5 more deep breaths. And on your next exhalation, slowly start bringing your hands under your shoulders. Coming up into a high pigeon, curl your toe behind you, and then lift up, coming into a downward facing dog. Start walking your dog. Take your time. Breathe into it. Just move through it, spending time straightening up one leg and then the other leg. Tucking that chin into your chest, widening your shoulders, your fingers, keeping your arms and your back straight. And just keep working through the hips, through the knees, through all of the leg muscles, down deep into the Achilles heels. Good. One more deep breath here. And on your exhalation, bend your knees, shift your weight back, and either hop or step up towards your hands. Come into a forward fold position. Interlace your fingers behind your back, or stay folding over. Bend your elbows and then lengthen. We're bending and lengthening. Again, in this dynamic movement, this helps us get a little bit deeper into the stretch if we bend and lengthen. Let your head relax, let the blood just drain down. And then whenever you're ready, try to keep your arms long and just stretch out those shoulders, bring those arms behind you. Breathe here. If you wanted to, option to move your head side to side. Good. And then release your hands from behind you. Come up just a little bit and then just let your arms make little inertia circles. Whatever way they want to go. Little movements. And then bending your knees, place your forearms onto your thighs and start letting the blood come back down out of your head. We're gonna come into a chair pose. So bring your heels and your knees together. Tuck in your tailbone. Start bringing your palms together, your elbows out to the side. Sit low into this. Good. Thumbs to the heart center. Breathe. Good. 2 more deep breaths. Now we're going to step out into a goddess pose. So we're going to come out nice and wide, also like a sumo squat. You want your knees in the direction of your toes. Get nice and low. And now we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring it around to our heart center. 5 times. Inhale up. Exhale to heart. Go at your own pace. It feels good to stay a little bit longer in one pose and stretch out your arms. Just move with your breath. Good. Keep sitting low in the goddess. 2 more deep breaths. Good. We're going to end with our palms back to heart center. Now we're going to take the left palm all the way down to the ground and the right arm up. Start straightening out your right leg. If you needed to, you could put a block under your hand and then look up. Hey, Gabby. Gabby. Yeah. Melissa's here. My daughter's gonna go roller skating with her friend. All right, keep stretching up, breathe. Try to press your arm with your leg to stretch out that inner thigh. 3 more deep breaths. All right, now before we do our other side, we're gonna bring both arms down and then point your back toe forward. So we have our leg is on the outside, Our arms are on the inside. Stay here and just little movements side to side through the hips. Good, yeah, we have this left leg on the outside of our arm, and the knee can go out and in with that knee lifted behind you on the right side. Good. Two more deep breaths. And then start walking your hands back to the center, back to the center. Bend your other knee, that right knee. Tiptoe all the way over to that right side and bring your left arm up. Left arm straightens out. Use your right arm to deepen that stretch through the inner thigh. Breathe. 5 deep breaths here. Good, and when you're ready, on your next exhalation, bring that arm down, point your back foot forward in the direction of your knee, and then little shifts side to side. Good, keep breathing. Hey, Gabby, Melissa's here.
I know.
Jane.
I need to put on my shoes. I need to put on my shoes.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
All
All right, another 2 more deep breaths.
okay.
Hi, I'm teaching. My dog scared you. All right, come back to center. Point both toes forward. And we're gonna tiptoe our hands out, right out in front of us, and then press your weight back like you're doing a really wide downward facing dog. Sorry.
Bruiser.
You're okay.
Okay.
Have fun, Gabby. Bye, I love you. You close the door.
Oh my gosh.
3 more deep breaths here. You're okay. All right, and now we're gonna take our right hand and try to catch your left ankle and then look upward. Twist, even that back. Good, 3 more deep breaths. And on the exhalation, bring it back to center, and we're going the other way. With our left hand wrapped around our right ankle. Gaze upward, look up. You should feel the stretch like all the way deep into your low back and then into your legs also. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And on the exhalation, bring it back to center. Walk your hands all the way up. Bring your feet together. And then slowly round up, vertebrae by vertebrae, till you come to a nice, tall standing position. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Lean back so you can take a nice deep stretch. Exhale, swan dive down, hands under your shoulders, and then find your plank line. Stepping or jumping. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bow down. Point your toes, take your hands low on the rib cage. Inhale, press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. If you want to, you can walk your dog. or just hold your downward facing dog. Good. On your exhalation, bend the knees, push your weight back, and then step or jump all the way forward. Hands come onto your legs, anywhere above or below your knees. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. And then slowly round yourself up. Tucking that tailbone, try to feel through the vertebrae as you come up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take your right wrist, pull over to the left side, and then gaze upward, look to the right. Breathe. You have the option here to cross your right leg over your left leg, kind of bananing, make yourself into a banana shape. Stretch out through that side body, breathe. And then on your exhalation, switch sides. Take that left wrist, pull over to that right side with the option to step your left foot over your right. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, bring it back to center. Release your arms. We're gonna take a few balancing poses while we're standing. If you needed to, you could have a wall or something near you to help you. We're gonna start holding onto our right foot with our right hand, and then bring your left arm up. We're gonna be in this balancing pose for a little bit. So we're slowly working our way into it. Now at your own comfort, you can start shifting forward and then bringing your back leg up behind you. Put a soft bend in that supportive leg, the one balancing. And then slowly bring it back up. Stay balancing on the same leg. See if you can switch your hand. So this time your opposite hand is holding your foot. I have my right foot with my left hand. Bring your right arm up. And then again, at your own comfort, see if you can hinge forward. 3 more deep breaths. Slowly bring it up. Now this right ankle is gonna cross over your left knee. We're still on the same foot. Bring your palms together. Start sitting in your broken chair. 3 more deep breaths. Good, and then slowly come out. Excellent balancing. All right, now take a few little walks out, walk it out, and then we're coming to the other side. Hold on to your left foot with your left hand. If you were with me, use that right arm to counterbalance. And then just try to think about your knee is in line with your hip. And at your own comfort, you can shift forward. Bring your back leg up. 3 breaths. And then slowly come back to a standing straight position. We're going to see if we can switch our hand that we're holding the ankle with. Using your opposite arm to counterbalance. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, if you want to try to shift forward. 3 more deep breaths. And then slowly come back to a standing straight position. Take this left ankle, cross it over your right knee, and then come into that broken chair. Tuck in that tailbone, flex your feet. 3 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, slowly bring yourself up. Wiggle it out, walk it out. And coming back toward the top of your mat. Inhale, reach those arms up. Lean your chest back and your hips forward. Exhale, swan dive. Hands under your shoulders, step or jump into your plank line. My dog's catching the air right there. All right, one more deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Point your toes, place your hands low on your rib cage. We're gonna take a few of these up and down motions because it feels really good. Stretching out through those abdominal muscles. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Good, one more time, and then we're gonna stay up. Stay here, stay up, start looking behind you one way and the other way. Try to stretch out all the way through your side abdominal muscles. Good. Three. Come back to a neutral spine, stay up here. See if you can bend your knees, point your toes, and then reach your head back. One more deep breath here. On the exhalation, slowly lower your feet down, curl your toes, press back into a downward facing dog. Walk it out. Stretch out your back. You can get a little bit deeper into that stretch. We counter stretch, arcing your spine, and now we're counter stretching, straightening our spine, walking through, or just staying in your down dog. 3 more deep breaths. Now lower both knees all the way down to the ground. Widen those knees and then press your weight back. Extend your arms long. Stretch out that low back and your extended arm child's pose. Let those knees widen. Walk it over to your right side. Press your palms into the ground with the option to stack your left hand on your right. And on your next exhalation, walk it all the way over to your other side, to the left side. Press your hands into the ground, stack right hand on left. And on the next exhalation, bring it back to center. Come into a tabletop position with your knees in line with your hips. Start rounding and arcing, moving through your cat-cow. And the next time that you come into your rounded cat, stay here and just sway around. Keep drawing that belly button upward. Move around, breathe. Good, and then as you feel guided, just go the other way. And coming back to neutral spine, cross your legs behind you, shift your weight back, and then find your block and your strap, or your block and your ring, whatever you have. We're gonna start coming onto our back, starting with the block in between your knees. There's like little, I need to change the filters on my air filter. There's little fuzzy things all around. Okay, so take your block in between your thighs and then start lifting up your hips. Walk your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, and then we're gonna stay here a little bit. If we stay here too long for your comfort, you can come down and just hug your knees into your chest. But I want you to stretch out through your shoulders, push your heels into the ground. We're gonna stay here about 10 deep breaths. Normally we just do 5. So if 10 is too much, you can come down. So really focus on your breath, breathing, maybe walking your shoulders in a little bit more, stretch out the shoulders, keep pushing your heels into the ground, extend those knees all the way out to the other end of the room, squeeze in through the glutes. We're gonna stay here a little bit longer because we're gonna feel the gravity of the earth after this. So after this, we have a resting pose with the block under us, and then we'll stretch out through the hamstrings. Keep breathing. Keep pushing those heels deep into the ground to raise those hips up even higher. Good, about 3 more deep breaths. Keep pushing into the ground, lifting up. And now slowly release your arms from behind you. Find your block and place your block under your seat bone, on the tailbone. And just start relaxing into that. Remember, there's different heights to the block. So you could go a little bit higher if that feels good, or a little bit lower. Take your time to just feel into that for a moment. Let your arms come out to the side, palms facing up, and just feel the relief, the gravity of the earth. Everything is in perfect balance. Breathe. Sometimes it's important to feel tension so that you can feel the ease of relief. Remembering what feels good. Good. 2 more deep breaths here. And on your exhalation, lift your hips up so you can take that block out of the way and slowly come back down onto your mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. Then find your ring or your strap, and then just hooking let's start with our right foot onto that ring or strap, or you could use one of those loopy things too, those loop resistance bands, and then just start bending and lengthening into the hamstring. And then also extending into the heel whenever you lengthen out. Bend and lengthen. Take as many of these as you need. Whenever you're ready, come with a straight leg. Widen your toes as wide as you can and extend through the heel. You could gently press onto your thigh, right above your knee, to deepen that stretch. Or just hug in, whatever feels good. Really getting deep into the hamstring, all the way up into the Achilles heel. Breathe. 3 more deep breaths. Good, and on your exhalation, we're gonna take it to the side. So if you have your right leg, go to your right side, go the same side as leg. And then just keep hugging in. Try to stretch out through the inner thigh without the hip bone lifting up off the ground. So try not to let your opposite hip bone lift up. And keep grounding your shoulders. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, bring it back to center to get all the way over to the other side. Here you can totally let that hip lift up, but try to keep your shoulders grounded. So the hip, let it lift. Shoulders, I want those shoulders on the ground. Look the opposite direction of your leg. Good, 1 more deep breath. And on your exhalation, bring it back to center. Release this ring. We're going to take a figure 4 stretch before we do our other side. Cross the right ankle over your left knee. And then gently just press onto your knee with your elbow. But this is why we want to keep our right foot flexed, because when you keep that foot flexed, it's going to help protect all of those ligaments in your knee. And then if you wanted to, you could hug in towards your left leg and just get that stretch as deep as comfortable for you. Using your elbow to help deepen it even more. Good. 1 more deep breath in. And on your exhalation, just keep your left leg with you and let that right leg go onto the ground. Find that ring or strap. And then starting with our contracting and lengthening into the hamstring on the left side or opposite side that you did before. Good, and then straighten up this leg whenever you're ready. Make sure your foot stays flexed and just hug it in. You could gently press anywhere that's not on your knee. Good, 1 more deep breath. And when you're ready, take that leg all the way over to the same side as leg. So left side, if you're with me, and don't let your right hip bone lift up. Keep pressing that right hip bone onto the ground as you hug your left leg in. Now we're taking that full spinal twist. Keep your spine long as you twist the left leg over to the right side. Shoulders stay grounded. Look the opposite direction. Look to the left, leg is to the right. Breathe. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, bring it back to center. Release that ring, bend your knee, coming into your figure 4. Cross the left ankle over your right knee. And whenever you're ready, you can hug your right leg in. Just make sure you keep that left foot flexed. 5 more deep breaths. I don't think I said this before, but you can circle your ankle on the floating side, the right side. The left foot just needs to stay flexed. Good. And if you are circling your ankle, make sure you go both directions. And then release your legs so that both of them are hugging in towards your body. Gently rock side to side, massage through that spine. And we're going to start bringing our chin into our chest. Hug yourself into a tight little ball. Make yourself as small as you can. And then squeeze your fists and your feet. Squeeze yourself tight into a little rock. Nice and hard. Hold and squeeze for 5. Squeeze 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release it out into Savasana. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, side up. And just relax, make yourself nice and comfortable. Feeling your breath get long and heavy, slow and deep. Try to just slightly lift up the corners of your mouth. Start making small little movements. Moving your head side to side, wiggling fingers and toes. Bring your awareness back to the space around you. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Big, deep stretch. And on your exhalation, bring your knees into your chest. Hands behind your knees, rock yourself up into a seated position. A few little movements side to side with your head to really stretch out through the neck. And on your next inhalation, inhale, reach your arms up, stretch even your fingers. Deep breath in, good. On the exhalation, twist to one side, let your arms come down to help you twist, and deep exhalation, twisting out all of that old stale air. And when you're ready to inhale, inhale, reaching the arms up. And on the exhalation, go that other way with that deep, long exhalation. And on your next inhalation, Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, bring it into your heart center. Thumbs to your heart. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.